Good evening, everybody. It's time for some more New York Mets baseball. We are back at it with you here tonight. It is the New York Mets at the Minnesota Twins, and we got to update our ticker because in the top of the first inning, Pete Alonso hit a home run to get the Mets out to an early 1-0 lead. Pete being Pete, his absolute torrid start to the season continues. It's not just home runs, which is what makes it great. Hi, everybody. My name is Craig. This is MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So as you're coming in, whether you're watching live or on replay, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're going to be with you all night here talking through this Mets game. So I'm so excited to be here with you. It is currently 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. There is a runner on first. The Twins actually just had an infield hit. Wallner got the infield hit on a little check swing, but he got hurt on the run down to first. And so there is actually now a pinch runner in the game already in the bottom of the first inning for that. So the pinch runner is going to be Deshaun Keirsey Jr. for the Twins. It was on a 3-0 count. He had a check swing infield single, something you'll rarely see because usually if you're swinging on 3-0, you're swinging big on 3-0. All right. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to Ty France. Tyler McGill is pitching for the Mets here tonight. I'll give you the Twins lineup since they're the ones hitting right now. Julian was leadoff, then Byron Buxton. Oh, Terren just got hit again. He's taking such a beating back there. I mean, I know all catchers do, but it really seems like he has a really cool Jackie Robinson chest protector on. He's got the 42 chest protector. Oh, that was off face mask. Ooh. So he's got a really cool Jackie Robinson themed chest protector with a number 42 emblazoned on its blue with a white 42. And then it's got Jackie Robinson in the background. So Terren's is, there's taking a little time to shake this one off. And then after that, France is going to use his timeout. So the Twins lineup, Edward Julian at second base, Buxton in center field. Wallner was to start in right field, but already hurt. Keirsey Jr. in as the pinch runner. Ty France is first base. Correa shortstop. Larnick is the DH. Jeffers is the catcher. Willie Castro is third baseman. And former Met Harrison Bader is batting ninth in left field for the Twins. It is now 3 balls and 1 strike here on Ty France. So he had 2 quick outs and then 3 ball counts after that. That's a foul back. That was a good pitch there on the slider by McGill. That is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So full count, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Oh, beautiful pitch. Beautiful pitch by McGill to retire the side with the strikeout. 2 strikeouts actually for McGill on the inning. All right, we're going to run through the Mets starting lineup here because the Mets are coming up. So it is 1-0 Mets. We are headed to the top of the second inning. All right, so in the first inning, Lindor was leading off and playing shortstop. Juan Soto batting second, playing right. They both made outs. Then Pete Alonso hitting third at first base, had a home run. Starling Marte also made an out, and so that was your 1 through 4. Marte is the DH today. Nimmo is batting fifth in left field. Vientos third base batting sixth. Terren's catcher batting seventh. Tyrone Taylor in center. And hitting eighth, it should be noted that our great friend Jose, don't call me that name, call me Alexa instead. Jose Alexa is going on the injured list here for a couple of weeks, at least with a broken fibula, tibula, one of those things. So he's going to be out on the injured list. And Luis Acuna, not Ronald Acuna Jr., Luis Angel Acuna, second base, hitting ninth tonight. So I don't like dropping Vientos all the way to 6. I like, I don't know. I'm not sure what this infatuation with putting Marte in the 4 hole is at this point in his career. Maybe he'll prove me wrong here tonight. Not a big fan of that, but that's what we've got going on. So excited to be here with you. We're going to be talking Mets. We're on commercial break right now, so you're not missing any of the action. We'll do some scoreboard updates for you here eventually as well, so you can catch on with all the games that are going on. By the way, Griffin Canning is also out tomorrow. Nimmo is at the plate now for the Mets, but Griffin Canning is out with an illness, so not an injury. This is driven out to center field, right out to Buxton, who makes the catch. That's one out here in the top of the second inning. It is 1-0. The Mets scored in the first inning on a Pete Alonso home run. Pete Alonso is the National League leader in OPS, which is on base percentage plus slugging percentage. Took over that lead tonight. He's tied for the league lead in RBIs as well. And he was the batting average leader going into Saturday's games. Unfortunately, he went 0 for 8 after that. He's bounced back, but I don't think the Twins have gotten him out yet this series. Wow, Marte went on, or Vientos went on that one. So Mark Vientos showing signs of breaking out, but definitely would not declare him as having broken out yet. He's still just hitting 138 on the season. So that ball is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Vientos rips that one foul, is on that one. Foul down the third base line. It's going to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bailey Ober has not had a great start to the season. His ERA is 7.07, 7.07 ERA. D-Rel's good evening to you. Vientos strikes out. He looked really bad that at bat. That was not a good plate appearance for Vientos. Vientos, I don't understand why he's being dropped in the lineup. It's really last night's lineup was great. Why would you put Starling Marte as your cleanup hitter? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I get playing matchups and stuff, but put Marte behind Vientos. Nimmo 4, Vientos 5, Marte 6. So much better. Last night's lineup was great. That's how I would set it up. And it worked. I don't know why you mess with it. Since Luis Torrens is at the plate here now. One ball, 1 strike to Luis Torrens. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right, here's a 2-2 pitch to Torrens. Fouls that one away. That's a good 2-strike swing on that one for sure. Torrens' batting average is under 300, but he's still hitting 294 on the season, which is absolutely phenomenal start for Torrens. He has provided more than I was expecting out of the backup catcher position for sure. Torrens drives that one out to left field. Good swing, but retired, caught by Bader. So we're going to go to the bottom of the second here now. It is still 1-0. Mets have scored on a Pete Alonso home run. McGill started off good the last inning and got a little bit of control issues as he rolled on, but he was able to get out of it. Worked back from like a 3-1 count to strike him out. So that was good. McGill is looking to build on his really strong start to the season. 0.59 ERA. That's what McGill has so far this season. 0.59. He's giving up less than a run per 9 innings. Of course, this entire starting pitching staff has been tremendous the entire season. But that's being led in part by McGill, Kodai Senga. Clay Holmes has maybe been the rockiest starter, and he even came back with a good game yesterday. So I appreciate everybody being here tonight. We're on commercial break right now. It is Mets 1, Twins nothing. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. So that's what we're waiting for. Let's do some scoreboard update here really quick for you in case you don't know what's going on, because I don't know what's going on. I just got in here a couple minutes ago. Let me see. Let me actually get the scores up. So the Mets currently have a 2-game lead in the National League East, which is awesome. We will absolutely take that. All right, let's share the scoreboard screen really quick so you guys can see what all is going on. Hopefully you can read all of that. I'll run through it too for those of you who are just listening. Astros and Cardinals, end of the first inning, nothing so far. Nationals lead over the Pirates 3-0. That is in the top of the sixth. And the Nationals are threatening for more. No Paul Skeens today, so Nationals are showing up. Diamondbacks are beating the Marlins 5-1. The Mariners are over the Reds 4-2. Giants and Phillies are tied up 2-2. That's in the fifth. The Giants beat the Phillies for us yesterday. Royals are beating the Yankees 2-0. I'm sure Juan Soto really wishes he was playing on that Yankees team. I'm sure he's so sad. It's got to be so sad that he's not with the Yankees. And then, let's see, we've got the Guardians are up 1-0 on the Orioles. Red Sox are up 6-1 on the Rays. Red Sox are trying to get back to 500 these next couple of games. They're still under 500 for the season. Cheering for the Blue Jays tonight to beat the Braves. They're currently 1-1 in the top of the fourth. Of course, this game is 1-0. Brewers lead the Tigers 1-0. Athletics and White Sox, battle of two teams that are not the greatest in the world. They're tied 3-3 at the end of the first inning. It's looking like that's just going to be a shootout, I guess. And then the Angels and the Rangers are warming up to get started here any minute. Cubs and Padres play at 9:40 Eastern. Rockies and Dodgers play at 10:10 Eastern. So that's what we've got going on for the moment. My stream just went out here for a second, so I don't know if this is it an MLB problem? Looks like some sort of MLB problem. I don't know. Might have to close that out. Let's just start fresh. So the Twins are coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. It is 1-0 Mets. Let me just load up the Twins stream for a second. I don't know. Anybody else on MLB TV? I can try it. Let me try it on here. Try it on my phone. See if that's an issue. Just wondering if anybody had a spike. Like I just lost. I can't load anything. Let's bring this one up. Yeah, and I don't think it's not an internet error. All my internet is loading. Yeah, MLB is down right now. All right, so we're gonna go to a backup plan until we can get the stream up and going. We'll keep you live here. So I'm always running the game cast here. So we're gonna throw the game cast on the screen. I'll see if I can get the audio in my ear. We'll go to that next. We got all sorts of backup plans here for when stuff like this happens. So let me go see if I can do that. All right. So to start off the bottom of the second, Correa grounded out, Trevor Larnach grounded out, and then Ryan Jeffers singled. So that pattern here is not the greatest of getting the first two outs and then not being able to put away the inning. Same thing happened last inning as well. So definitely something we need to get fixed here. Castro is now batting for the Twins. First pitch is a ball. So it looks like we've got a pretty decent outage going out here on MLB. Let me know if you're streaming on the MLB app. Are you having an outage right now? Because I can't get it to load on my phone. I can't get it to load on my computer. But everything else is good. Like everything else is loading fine. It's just the actual games. All right, and Castro lines out to center field. Tyrone Taylor makes the play. So that is going to retire the Twins in the bottom of the second. So we are headed to the top of the third inning, and we're just working through some technical glitches that MLB.com is having right now. We're going to just keep refreshing and so I would love to know, for those of you who are trying to watch this game, are you having issues? Like, I don't know what my issue would be because it's not working on anything. Yeah, I can't get audio or video playback on anything at the moment. Oh, there we go. Doesn't run the pitch. Is it just the Mets game that's out? Because that was different. Oh, we might be back. We might be back. I'm going to reload again. We'll see here. So we're at commercial break right now. Your video is good watching on SNY, yeah. So if you're direct, then this probably wouldn't. So that means it's not an SNY signal, which that would make sense. It's something through the MLB app. There's a huge spike on Down Detector, just so you guys know. I'll show you in case you don't know about this website. If you're ever wondering, like, is it you or is it everybody? I'll show you. This is where I go for a lot of these things. You'll see there's a huge spike in Down Detector just in like the last 2 or 3 minutes. So it's not just me. It's all MLB. So that means we're not going to panic if my stream is coming through. It's good. We'll just keep going and we'll keep up with the game as best as we can. It'd be probably maybe slightly delayed. I don't know. But we'll keep the game day up on the screen for you. And if you guys like this too, we can do it. The problem is sometimes it's out of sync. Sometimes game day is ahead of my video feed or whatever. But for now, this will work. Tyrone Taylor's at the plate. And he strikes out on 3 pitches. I want a real center fielder. Can we get a real center fielder? I'm kind of just done with this Tyrone Taylor, Jose Cien. Can we just make Acuna be the center fielder? I want center fielders who can run fast, but who also can get on base. Not a fan of the all defensive center fielder. I want guys up and down the lineup who can hit. All right, Acuna is first pitch swinging, and he grounds out to Julian. So that's going to be 2 quick outs here. 2 outs on 4 pitches for the Mets in the top of the 3rd inning. We're going to just keep reloading and refreshing. Oh, yeah, the outages reported are huge now. Okay, people are saying they're getting radio. So let me see if I can actually get the radio. Let me see if I can get the radio. It was 20. Okay, I do have a radio feed. So I got to just change my headphones. I'm going to change my headphones for now from the computer over to iPhone. That way I'll have at least a slightly better. All right, so Lindor is at the plate, and he's going to end up striking out swinging here. So there you go. That was a 1-2-3 quick inning for the Mets. That was not a good inning at all. So, yeah, people are reporting MLB feed is down completely right now. I mean, the reports are coming in. Showed you that spike a few minutes ago. I'll show you this new spike. As more and more reports are coming in. Look at that huge spike. So at least it's not just me. But I do have the audio, so I have radio, so that's good. But that's like 600 reports in like the last 10 minutes. We just submitted our report too. We'll let them know. We'll let them know. So it sounds like all video feeds are down for MLB TV. All right, so we're at commercial break right now. We got to update our banner here. We are bottom of the 3rd. Mets went down 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd. By the way, James Wood for the Nationals hit another home run tonight. He's tied for the major league lead with 6 home runs. Oh, never mind. Tyler Soderstrom hit number 7. So Soderstrom is the major league lead with 7 home runs now. Oh, the reports are coming in crazy. Look at that. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go off of audio only. I don't have video right now. We'll keep refreshing. But Harrison Bader is leading off for the Twins, not for the Mets. So one ball, one strike to Harrison Bader. And that's foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Harrison Bader got off to a good start for the Mets last year, but really faded and maybe played too much. We'll see if stuff loading here. Oh, we might be back up. We are back up. We are back up on audio here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bader. All right, I got to switch back. The life of a streamer. That ball is a little bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So McGill is definitely struggling with command a little bit here tonight. That one's fouled away. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Harrison Bader. That one's looped. Acuna has to play it on a hop. Barehands it, but it was too late. So Bader beats it out, not Beatty. Bader beats out the hit. It was a close play at first. And the only way you're going to even have a shot at that play is to barehand it like Acuna did. So he played that right. Edward Julian up for the Twins here. Nobody out, bottom of the third, runner on first. Mets are up 1-0. That ball's fouled away. Over to the side. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. It is Jackie Robinson Day. All sorts of tributes and different things going on. I feel like the Mets and the Dodgers should just always be home on Jackie Robinson Day. It just feels like that's how it should be. Are the Dodgers at home or on the road today? They're home. And they gave them the Rockies, too. They're absolutely feast. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Julian here. That one's hit out to left field. Memo makes the catch, throws it in. That's going to be the first out of this third inning. All right, it is Byron Buxton at the plate for the Twins. All these Mets games have different parts where they really slow down. And right now, that's 2 throws over for McGill. So first pitch is a ball inside to Buxton. 1 ball, no strikes. Twins are trying to put a little rally together here. Bader runs, and he steals pretty easily. The throw was offline, not able to get a tag down. That pitch is a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Mets offense is pretty slow tonight. The only hit they have is Pete Alonso's home run. Fortunately, that is enough for now, but still. It's a 2-2 pitch to Buxton. Buxton gets that through the hole. It was in front of Bader, so it'll actually keep him from scoring because of where it was hit. But runners on first and third with just one out here in the bottom of the third. All right, McGill's got some trouble. He's not been sharp, but let's see if he can find it. This is where Mets pitchers have been really strong this season. Is they found opportunities to hop in and in these difficult situations. The bunt is popped up and caught by McGill. It was not a suicide squeeze, it was a safety squeeze. But that was a really poor bunt attempt. He dropped he dropped the bat head. That's why. Well, that was an easy out for McGill. We'll take that. Ty France at the plate now. McGill's 1 out away from getting out of this jam now. This is grounded to Lindor, and he makes the error. Lindor has had a rough defensive start. And that's going to score the run. So this is going to be an unearned run. Been a rough defensive start for Lindor compared to his normal standard. So it's 1-1. That run is unearned as well. Any other runs this inning will be unearned because that would have been the third out. There's a strike. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Now Carlos Correa at the plate. That's line to center. Buxton scores. Ty France is going to be thrown out at third by Tyrone Taylor. The run came in, so the Twins are taking the lead here. But we're going to the top of the fourth inning, but the Twins get the lead. It's going to be 2 unearned runs because of that error. One directly scoring because of it, and the other one because the inning would have been over and that slate would have been clean. So unfortunate for the Mets, but neither of those runs count against McGill's ERA for what it's worth. For those of you who care about stuff like that, I know some of you think ERA is an antiquated statistic at this point in time. All right, so we are going to the top of the fourth inning. The Mets are going to need to mount a comeback here. So we'll see what they have. Due up is Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, and Starling Marte. So we'll see if we can get a little jump start of this offense. Again, the Mets' only hit today is a solo home run by Pete Alonso. All right, I'm going to just be right back with you in just a second. Oh my goodness, we missed it. We missed it. There we go. All right, we're back. Soto drives this one deep to right field. It's gone. Juan Soto ties it up at the bomb. Soto for Juan Soto. His second home run in the last 2 days. We're going to drink one soda for Juan Soto. And it is back to 2-2, back to even. So home runs by Pete Alonso and Juan Soto. First time this year, I believe, that they both homered in the same game. That is good to see. All right. It's 2-2 Mets. Pete Alonso at the plate. And he's going to line out to center field. I think my stream's a little bit behind. I'm getting caught up here. That's a big wall out in right field at this stadium. It's up there. All right, and now Starling Marte is up. Marte squares around a bunt, but it goes right to the pitcher. Not a good bunt as well there, right back to the pitcher. So that's going to be 2 outs. I mean, I guess the way the Twins pitchers have been fielding the ball, it's not a bad play to try the bunt. But all right. And now Brandon Nimmo is up. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think we're all caught up on the stream and the feed here. Swing and a miss by Nimmo is going to retire the side. So it is 2-2. Now Mets have home runs from Juan Soto. and Pete Alonso today. And no earned runs given up by the pitching staff so far. Fortunately, it doesn't count as a shutout. And but McGill he's definitely had traffic on the bases, but he keeps battling through. And he's made the pitches he's needed to get out of the inning. So all right, so we're on commercial break right now. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and do a quick little scoreboard update again. I know we just did it not too long ago, but scores change fast. So we'll go ahead and do that. Astros Cardinals, 0-0, bottom 3. Nationals over the Pirates, 3-0, top of the 8th. Diamondbacks destroying the Marlins, 10-1. That's in the top of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 6th, Phillies have taken the lead over the Giants 4-3 and threatening for more. The Royals continue to lead over the Yankees 2-0. The Reds now have a lead on the Mariners 6-4. Guardians shutting out the Orioles 4-0. That's in the 5th. Red Sox trying to pull away from the Rays. The Rays are battling back here 6-2, bottom 5. The Blue Jays are taking care of the Braves for us, winning 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th. This game tied up, of course. Brewers up 2-0 on the Tigers. Athletics up 5-3 on the White Sox. Each team scored 3 runs in the first inning of that game. Angels and Rangers right now are scoreless, bottom of the 2nd. And there's 2 games waiting to begin. So Tyler McGill is now pitching. Trevor Larnach is hitting. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. All right, and then McGill ends up hitting Larnach. Yeah, he spiked that pitch right into the dirt. So there's going to be a leadoff base runner here. So I don't know if McGill's had a truly clean inning yet. First pitch is high, ball 1. So there's a runner on first, nobody out, bottom of the 4th. The Mets just tied it up with a Juan Soto bomb Soto. That was in the top of the 4th inning. By the way, they gave the stat that's the first run the Mets have scored in the 4th inning this year, a stat that means absolutely nothing. This one is launched out to deep left field. It's in play, I guess. All right, we got some controversy on the play. I'm wondering if we're going to have some sort of replay here. So we'll see what happens here. No. That was not a home run. I mean, they got the runner. There's no way this run is going to score. I mean, officially, the Mets tagged him out on his way to home. There's no way that run is going to score. If they're going to place the runners will be at second and third. I think they should call it out. They'll So I can only imagine they're just discussing where to put the runners. They're going to replace the runners at second and third, even though there was a tag placed on Larnick. So it's going to be runners on second and third with no outs. All right. So this is some big trouble for Tyler McGill to get out of, but it's not as bad as it could have been. That was a home run. It'd be 2 runs in, but now at least there's a chance. Looking for the strikeout here for sure. That's grounded foul by Castro. That's a ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This game has lost all momentum. It's so slow right now. So slow with all the replays, reviews, challenges, balls, walks, hit by pitches. It's just a really slow speed game at the moment. Swing and a miss by Castro. This is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Just fouled that one away. Barely stayed alive. Nice. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So there's going to get 1 out. Now Harrison Bader at the plate. Bader already has a hit tonight and a run scored. So Bader will be a tough out against the Mets. Vientos makes a diving stop, fakes the throw to home, then throws to first too late. And now runners move up. That was not a good play. I mean, the backhand catch was good, but making the throw to first. I guess it's going to be runners on first and second, but You got to go straight to first on that one. So the Twins are going to take the lead on the indecisiveness. Right. So he saves a run because he saved the double on the play, but didn't get any out. The double play is now in order. So that's the good news, but Twins do score there. So it's going to be 3-2 Twins. I know you're trying to cut the ball down and make the play at home if you can, and the runner's going on contact. I know all those things, but I think you got to get that sure out at first base on that play. He was so far down the line anyway. I guess you take it as he saved the double and just count it, essentially as an infield hit because it was a hard hit ball. But Julian hits it to Acuna, throws it to Lindor, back to first, and a double play. Get out of the inning. So the Mets only give up one run. So I guess in the end, we'll count that as a net okay for Vientos. It's a great stop on the play. So that's what we got here. That does count as one earned run for McGill. His ERA is up to 0.98 on the season now. So we're going to the top of the fourth inning. The Mets are just struggling to put anything together offensively here, though. Yes, they've scored 2 runs, but they're both solo home runs. And those 2 solo home runs are the only 2 hits the Mets have. So through 4 innings, the Twins have 3 runs on 7 hits, and the Mets have 2 runs on 2 hits. All right, we are on commercial break right now. We are headed to the top of the 4th inning. Due up for the Mets is Mark Vientos, Luis Torrens, and Tyrone Taylor. Those are the 3 that are due up. First pitch to Swaggy Marky V. Ooh. Close to the zone, but they called it a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike to Vientos. They pops this one out to right field. Kersey makes the catch in right field. All right. Luis Torrens is now up. First pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strike to Torrens. Two balls and no strikes to Torrens. Be really nice to get at least one runner on, turn the lineup over. 3-0. No way Terenz is swinging here. This is a take 100%. That's a strike down the middle. He was definitely not swinging no matter what. Terenz just trying to get on base. Tyrone Taylor on deck and Luis Angel Acuna in the hole. Trying to do whatever you can do to at least make sure Lindor gets to the lead off next inning. But Terenz flies that one out to center field. It was a good swing on a 3-1 pitch, but Buxton makes the catch. That's going to be 2 outs here. That ball is a ball. Ball 1 to Tyrone Taylor. So again, Ober's falling behind on everybody here, but Mets are failing to capitalize. See if Tyrone Taylor can somehow get on base. Well, that hits Tyrone Taylor. So that'll work. Is that just the third Mets base runner of the night? Well, the Mets will take whatever they can possibly get right now. So Tyrone Taylor getting on base. Luis Angel Acuna comes out with 2 outs. Oh, sorry, we're top of the 5, not top 4. My fault. Let's get that banner updated here. There's top 5. Hit to Correa. He bobbles it, but makes the throw over and get the force out at second base. So Tyrone Taylor is retired. Really good play by Correa there. Didn't really bobble. It was just so hard hit. So nice, well-struck ball by Acuna. But at least the Mets get to the point where Lindor gets to lead off next inning. That's the one good bit of news out of that inning. It wasn't a 1-2-3 inning. But still, I mean, Ober's pitch count cannot be like crazy high right now. What are they saying? Let's see. 55 pitches through 5 innings for Ober. I mean, he's on pace to be able to go 7 or 8. And the Mets' strength, I think, tends to be getting into the bullpen of these places. So we'll see. We'll see what the Mets can do going forward. This will be the 3rd time through the lineup when they come up again. Doing a little feature on Rod Carew. Wow, that's crazy. Rod Carew's career averaged 328 with over 3,000 hits. In 1977, he hit 388. That's crazy. First pitch is a strike here for McGill. Pitching against Buxton here. Pitch is low, ball 1. Swing and a miss by Buxton. Nice pitch. One ball, two strikes to Buxton. Let's see if McGill can just put him away here. McGill really needs an easy inning. Well, that's like that same pitch that he hit the batter on, except the ball came all the way back to him at the pitcher's mound. McGill is up closing in on 70 pitches already. Fouled back by Buxton here. That one's in the dirt, so McGill's. Well, we'll give Buxton the credit. He's battled back to a full count. Line to left, and that's going to drop in for a single. So again, I don't think McGill's had a 1-2-3 inning yet. Kersey is up. Yeah, McGill just is not super sharp tonight. He should be winning this game 2-1 were it not for the Lindor error, but you can just tell even though he hasn't been giving up a ton of runs, ton of hits, his command is way off tonight. And consistently. Like not just here and there. Like he's missing bad on some of these. So, but Mets are in this game. 2 balls and no strikes to Kersey. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kersey files that one back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one's fouled away as well. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 73 pitches for McGill in the 5th inning. So you can get out of here quick. You're talking maybe 6 innings total. Runner goes. Going to get the stolen base. The ball went to the backstop, but Buxton was going to steal anyway. It's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Now, this is where Mendoza should be warming someone up in the bullpen right now before this gets out of hand. Because it is clear. I think if there's a walk here, you got to talk to him. Grounded to Acuna, throws Kersey out. Buxton moves over to third base. So One out here in the bottom of the fifth, but a runner on third. Ty France is coming to the plate. He's looking for a sacrifice fly. Tyler McGill is looking for a strikeout. So we will see who will get the thing that they want. Pitch one is a strike to Ty France. Swing and a miss for France. Remember, France's job right here. You hit the ball on the right side of the infield or get the ball in the air for sacrifice fly. And he's 0-2, which goes in the favor of McGill for sure here. There's only one out. McGill tries to get him to chase. He doesn't go for it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see what he goes for here. France fouls that one out of play. He got it up, but not in fair territory. So it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm going to tell you, McGill might not get past this inning the way we're going. Here, that pitch count is he's almost to 80 now. Sure, they want to do the same thing they did with Clay Holmes yesterday, get him through 5, have the Mets try to score on the top of the 5th. That's low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We will see what he can do. It's just been a struggle. Two-two pitch to Ty France, runner on third with 1 out. That's another slider out for a ball. The problem is it's not like he's just missing. He's missing so bad. Even on the chase pitches are too far. So grounded to Acuna, he throws home. The throw is not in time. The Mets are not going to challenge it, so it's a good slide. I mean, nobody did anything wrong unless you want to say take the sure out. But I mean, Acuna was playing in for that, so the Twins get the run there. It's 4-2. If the throw had been to the third base side, they would have gotten him. But you don't have time on that play. It's so fast. So 4-2 Twins. McGill's at 84 pitches. There's still only 1 out. Now a ground ball double play gets you out of this. There's a good play by Torrens to even get a tag down there. So Carlos Correa is at the plate with an 0-2 count. He's having some trouble with his wrist. So we've got like an injury timeout going as we speak. There's been just a lot of weird stuff, weird defensive plays, errors, injuries. It's been a little bit of everything in this game here tonight. And Correa's coming out, guys. So Wallner is out of the game. Now Correa is out of the game. So we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in for Correa. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. It's Brooks Lee coming in. Imagine you're coming in as a pinch hitter, and your count is no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. That's a good, actually. Lee fouls that one back as well. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Man, Peterson, he's going to have a. He's just having so much trouble putting these guys away tonight. That's low. Ball one ball and 2 strikes. I can appreciate how Brooks Lee is handling this at bat here. Fouls that one away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is going to be McGill's 90th pitch. 90th pitch on the night for Tyler McGill. Mets bullpen starting to warm up. Liner caught by Lindor. Trevor Larnach coming to the plate for the Twins here. Now are 2 outs. McGill's trying to figure out how to get out of this inning. Ooh, just a bit low. That's low ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike to Larnick here. Kranick is warming up for the Mets in the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Larnick here. Runner on first. Got 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Larnick grounds it to Acuna. Makes the diving stop, throws him out. All right. We're kind of slow hanging out here in the chat tonight. I'm gonna work on something here while we're on commercial break. I've been wanting to work on doing some background type of thing that might work. So I don't know how well this is, but we're gonna see. Turn off because I'm gonna fiddle with this and see if we can get a better setup behind us that we like here. So just for now, we're going to turn off our virtual background. And we're just going to go to the normal background. Because I wanted to see what it would look like if I hung. I know I need more lighting in here too. That's my other thing. I don't think I have different lighting settings. No, it's just on and off for that. You see it. We have the light box setting. Does that help a little bit? Maybe a little bit. So we are on commercial break right now. Yeah, that does help a little bit. I think my problem is just might need to rotate a couple of things around in the room. But it's hard because I'm kind of limited with where the cord is at. Anyway, we are going to the top of the 5th inning. Or top of the 6th inning. Sorry about that. Going to the top of the 6th inning. Lindor, Soto, Alonso. That is who's due up for the Mets. Mets were able to get their lineup turned over last inning, but all right. So if the Mets can somehow score 3 runs here, it would put McGill in line for the win. McGill ended up giving up 4 runs, but only 2 of them earned on 8 hits in 5 innings. It's fouled off by Lindor. No balls and 2 strikes. Lindor rips that one. That's going to be a single. It's knocked down, but not able to be corralled. So Lindor's going to get the infield single. A little bit of a let's go Mets chant going in Minnesota. Soto flies it to right field. Soto barely misses it. He flies it out to right field. It's going to be retired here. It was a good pitch, but he just missed it. All right, Pete Alonso at the plate with one out here in the top of the sixth. First pitch is a strike. No balls, one strike to Pete Alonso. Ooh, good pitch there. No balls, two strikes. Swing and a miss for Pete Alonso. Mets hitters are just not seeing the ball well tonight, I guess. So, for all the talk of Ober struggling to start the season, he is uh, he is strong here tonight. We'll throw the virtual background up for now. Marte fouls that one back. No balls and two strikes to Marte. So, other than so, I guess officially we're at 3 hits on the night. Lindor has a hit, infield single. Soto has a home run. Pete Alonso has a home run. No balls, two strikes. That one is fouled away as well. Remains no balls, two strikes. So Max Kranick's going to be coming in next inning. Marte fouls this one off once again. Good evening to everybody. Hope you're doing well. My name is Craig. Welcome to MetropoliFins, for YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. Remains no balls and two strikes to Marte. Marte fouls that one off as well. This is one of the better at-bats we've had tonight because the Mets have just not really run up pitch counts much at all. Marte rips that one. Buxton's going to get there, no problem. Made it look easy. I mean, that was a tough ball, but he tracked that down easily. So that is going to retire the Mets here in the top of the sixth inning. It means McGill can either get a no decision if the Mets can come back or the loss. So, all right, I'm going to be right back with you guys. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Let's do a scoreboard update here really quick since it's on commercial break as we speak. We have updated scores here for a few minutes. Good evening to everybody. Bring up the scoreboard for you so you can see what's going on across the league. We'll go back up to the top here. Astros now have a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals. Diamondbacks continuing to destroy those Marlins 10-3. That's bottom 9. Marlins have a runner on second, but they need to do a whole lot. Phillies are ahead of the Giants 6-4. Same score, 6-4. Reds over the Mariners. Red Sox over the Rays, 7-2. That's the top of the 8th. Yankees have taken the lead on the Royals now, 4-2. They were down 2-0, but that's top of the 8th there. Blue Jays still are leading on the Braves, 6-2, top 8. Guardians 6-1 over the Orioles. Orioles they're not like horrible, but they're not off to a super strong start. Not what I was expecting, at least. So gonna want to see if they can make a rebound here. Of course, Mets are down 4-2. Let's go into the bottom of the 6th. Brewers up 3-0 on the Tigers. Top 6. Athletics and White Sox. We thought that was going to be a crazy high-scoring game. It was 3-3 after the first inning. It's just 5-3 through 5 now. Or into the bottom of the 5th, that is. Angels and Rangers are scoreless middle of the 5th inning. And Cubs and Pirates game just about ready to kick off. Throw off, whatever you would say. Get going. And then Rockies and Dodgers start in just under an hour. The one game that's in the scorebooks is the Nationals. Nationals beat the Pirates 3-0. That is your scoreboard update. All right. Twins are up here. Bottom of the 6th inning. And Ryan Jeffers is going to lead off the inning. Lead off an inning with a double. So another leadoff runner on for the Twins here. It's 4-2 Twins, runner on second, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Castro's at the plate, fouls the first pitch off. That's inside. 1-1 to Castro. Here's the pitch. Castro fouls that one back. 1-2 strikes. Oh, I know why. I forgot to put on the jersey. We're going to put on a sweatshirt actually tonight. I'm a little chilly. We're going to throw on the Mets shirt, sweatshirt. Castro fouls that one away. Max Brannick is pitching. Now I get that off there. Let's go Mets, Darren. Absolutely. We need we haven't pulled out any of our stops here yet tonight. So we need to maybe get a rally pig up and moving. Grounded to second, Acuna throws to first. Castro moves the runner up to third. So once again, Twins have a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Mets are just not doing themselves lots of favors here tonight. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Hope you're doing well. Let's get a little Mets rally going on. This game, bats have been sleepy once again, kind of like the whole rest of the season, but sleepy bats. There's been lots of like weird plays. Tyler McGill was not on. The Twins have had 2 players injured tonight. Harrison Bader, the former Met, at the plate for the Twins as we speak. Max Kranick trying to keep this. Yeah, Mets are playing like this game is Bailey Oba. It's Bailey Oba. All the talk before the game was, oh, the Mets are going to be able to put up a ton of runs because Bailey Ober is struggling. Like, it's not how baseball works. 3 weeks is not a large sample size for judging players and how players are doing. Did he get him a swing? Yeah, he gets the call. They called it a swing, so he gets the strikeout. 2 outs here. Going back to the top of the lineup, Edward Julian. There's just this team feels lifeless tonight. That's a strike. You know, they've had 2 home runs, but there's just not a lot of spunk. There's not a lot of energy. I mean, I understand it's cold. It's a road trip. It's a night game. Mets just want to get home. I understand all those things, but definitely. Griffin Canning is not pitching tomorrow due to illness, so the Mets are going to bring somebody up. Two balls and 2 strikes to Julian. Kranick's trying to get out of this inning. So Mets are going to probably have a minor league pitcher come up and pitch tomorrow. Yeah, Julian gets the base hit. It's Max Kranick's first run of the season. It is 5-2 Twins. Mets are just not sharp tonight. Not quitting on this game, but Twins have played actually some pretty solid fundamentals today. Some good hustle, scoring from third, getting runners over. Buxton grounds out to Vientos, so that will end the inning. Going to the top of the 7th inning here. We'll do what we always do during the 7th inning. Here we'll rate a couple of smaller creators if we can find them. We're going to look for some Twins creators tonight. So we'll see what we can find. I'm going to start looking. We won't rate till after the Mets hit. I want to be able to cover the Mets batting. So sometimes we rate at the top of the 7th if the Mets are home, or we'll rate at the bottom of the 7th. I want to see, I know one of my buddies is a Twins fan, and I don't know if he is live right now. That's what. No, he's not. So I wanted to check them first. All right, so let's go. Mets Twins. We'll just search for that. We're at commercial break right now. The Mets are down 5-2. Feels weird being down this much. There haven't been many games where we've been like really in a lot of trouble, and this is definitely one of the first ones. All right, let's do a little sorting here. Filter by eye. All right, leading off for the Mets here is Brandon Nimmo in the top of the seventh. Nimmo hits that one foul down the line. One ball, two strikes to Brandon Nimmo here in the top of the seventh inning. Nimmo taps the left side. Lee runs in and makes the play. It's going to be one quick out here in the top of the seventh inning. Swaggy Marky V, not much swag today. See if he can get a good at bat together. He looked outmatched in one of his stuff. Yeah, pitching has just not been sharp today. Even with the Lindor error that caused 2 runs, just hasn't been sharp overall. Nimmo swings at everything. Yeah, well, I don't like how Nimmo's constantly being moved up and down in this lineup. I think Mendoza is being a little too fancy with the lineup. Run yesterday's lineup. You interchange, leave Vientos at 5. You know, the whole idea, like, why is Marte hitting 4? Vientos is going to get this one to drop. It's the 4th Mets hit of the night. So we'll take that, but all right, Torrens at the plate here. Torrens one, rips one. Back-to-back hits for the Mets. Vientos is going to go first to third. Torrens glides into second with a double. All right, we haven't done it yet. It's time for Rally Pig. The first time we brought out Rally Pig tonight. It's the first time that it's even been anything worth talking Rally Pig. That was good back-to-back at-bats here by Vientos and Torrens. Tyrone Taylor. Oh, they're going to pinch hit. Jesse Winker. I like this move here. All right. This is what Winker's on this team for. A little DHing and a little bit of just taking advantage of situations like this. All right, so the Mets have runners on second and third. Other than the 2 home runs that the Mets have had, which is not really a rally, they're just single events, this is by far the best opportunity the Mets have had to score this entire game. I'm not going to lie, it's been a pretty boring game as a Mets fan. Lots of weird things. Rocco Baldelli is going to make a pitching change here as well. Winker is the potential tying run here for the Mets. So, well, all right. So we're at a pitching change right now, so you're not missing any of the action. It's been just lots of slow stuff going on. Lots of slow stuff going on tonight. All right. So as soon as we get back from here, all right. Yeah, I agree. One of the things I say regularly to our little leaguers is we need hitters, not heroes. I 100% agree. This, especially the bottom part of the lineup, needs to be able to play small ball here. So, I mean, for Winker, ideally, just a single to right field would probably score two, but worst case scenario, at least get a fly ball that scores that run from third. So, after the top of this inning here, we are going to raid. We're going to raid one. There's not a lot of people streaming tonight. It's always the same people. So it's a lot of people are just streaming Gamecast or scoreboards, a couple of big Spanish channels, and then a couple of the regulars. So, but Lincoln takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls, one strike. We got Rally Pig out. Rally Pig has not come out yet today. This is my old piggy bank from when I was a kid. Let's see the front. Here's the back. Winker fouls that one back. No balls and two strikes. So not the sharpest performance for McGill, but not as bad as it looks either. He gave up 4 runs, but 2 of those were because of a Lindor error. So only 2 earned, but he also was not sharp. No walks, but 8 hits. Winker fouls that one back as well. Yep, keep the line moving. Let's go, Winker. Put this ball in play. Like, the worst thing that you could have here is a strikeout. That's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Winker here. All right, let's see what Winker can do on this 1-2 pitch. That one's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, so Winker's got the count even. All right, here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Winker. He gets under it. It's going to score a run. Vientos tagged, so it is a sac fly. Obviously, you'd rather. Yeah, Winker definitely missed it. It was a great pitch. Great pitch to hit. Not a great pitch, a great pitch to hit. But the Mets do score one there on that sac fly, so it's 5-3. Runner on second. Luis Angel Acuna has a chance to endear himself even more to Mets fans. First pitch is a ball. 0 for 2 for the night for Acuna. That one's high. 2 balls, no strikes. So Acuna, if you can be patient here, take the walk because you got Lindor behind you. And it should also, why I like Acuna or Beatty or any of these young guys in the 9 slot is then you got Lindor hitting behind you. That was a chase, though. It's a good pitch. It looked like a strike until it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it would have caught the corner. That was a tough pitch to swing at, though. 2 balls, 1 strike to Acuna. That's in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. All right, let's see. So I'm assuming Acuna's going to get a pretty good pitch to hit here. He can sit fastball, I think. That's inside. Gets the walk. All right, Lindor comes up with the tying runs on base. That's a good at bat by Acuna there to be a patient because it's hard. Hard. You want to be the hero, but sometimes you just gotta keep the line moving. Lindor does have a single tonight. Soto is on deck. So again, you know Lindor's going to get something, or you would expect Lindor will get something good to hit. Got a meeting of the minds at the mound. Hold on, I'll be right back with you. All right, Lindor is up. 2 out, 2 on. Down by 2. First pitch swing. No balls and 1 strike to Lindor. That one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, Lindor, that was a ball. That was a cutter in on the hands. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lindor. I know why you swung at it, but man, it looks foolish after you do. All right, Lindor trying to stay alive here. Lindor grounds it to second. Julian throws him out at first. So the Mets get 1 run, but fail to score more. So we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're going to raid a smaller creator here in just a second. Let me refresh and make sure everything still looks good here. Oh, they're not there at the moment. I guess they got up for a little. There, they're back. All right. So let me get everything set up. We're going to raid. This is someone who hangs out with us every once in a while, so we're going to show them some love. They got kind of just a small little crew hanging out tonight. So, all right. So remember how we do these raids? We're nice, we're positive. Well, with 2 strikes, he was just trying to put the ball in play, Rels. That pitch 3, strike 2, that was what doomed that at bat. All right, so here's the guy we're gonna raid. So there's the link in the chat. Go post something positive there, Mets fans. I know they just stepped up to leave, but say something positive. Give a like to their stream. Subscribe if you vibe with them. Say hello. Say something positive. They're a Mets fan. They're a Mets streamer. So go share some love while we're on commercial break here. I'll post it on the screen as well. I've had my channel rated by Tom Grassi before, not this one, my other one, and so you know what? Let's just keep working to share the love. Just hop on over real quick during commercial break. Just say something positive. I know he stepped up. He was sitting there when we went here. He just came back. So here's he is hitting for the Twins here. Two balls, one strike to Kiersey here. Three balls and two strikes to Kiersey here for Max Kranick, trying to get out of this inning. And another leadoff hitter. Mets pitchers just don't have it tonight. Just not sharp. They haven't been sharp the whole night. Now, technically, Rally Pig did help us score a run, so he'll get Rally Pig as 1 for 1 with 1 run. Ty France at the plate. Kiersey is a threat to steal here. France swings big on that first one. Kiersey runs. Ooh, they called him safe. That was a good throw. The Mets are going to see. They're going to challenge it. Mets are going to challenge this. The throw had him beat. Oh, he might have made it in there. So we've got a review to slow the pace of this game even more. I think they're going to leave it as safe. I haven't seen anything that makes it look like he's actually definitively out. Of course, they might have some other angles that I'm not seeing. Ooh. I think he got the tag in on time, but I don't think they're going to overturn it. I don't think it gets overruled either way. I think whatever it was called on the field is how it was going to stand. The throw was there in plenty of time, but oh, they called him out. Wow. I was not expecting that. But on that last camera angle, I thought the throw beat him and the tag beat him before he got to the base. But I wasn't sure. Great job by Terens. This is a great throw. Good tag there. So that's huge. That erases the leadoff base runner. Mets are within 2, so you just want to stay within 2 here. A bloop and a blast to tie up this game in the 8th and the 9th, especially with Soto, Alonso, Nimmo due up in the 8th. You want to try to get it where this game stays close. So that's a huge overturn there on there. Grounded to Lindor. Throws over to first. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. We're MetropoliFins. My name is Craig. We're YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. It is 5-3 Twins over the Mets. The difference is 2 unearned runs. First pitch is a called strike, very top of the zone. No balls and 1 strike to Brooks Lee. Kranick did give up his first run of the season. He has still yet to walk anyone this season, which is exactly what you want to see from a relief pitcher. You want a guy who's going to get in there and pitch strikes. Oh, that one's out of here far. Absolutely crushed that home run. Wow. Brooks Lee home run. First home run this season, 4th of his career. So the only good news, I guess, is the fact that at least we got that base runner thrown out at second. Saves a run. So it's back to a 3-run lead. Kranick is going to be done for the night. Oh, now we go to Danny Young. Yeesh. Well, it's just Mets pitchers have not been sharp all night. And the Mets hitters have not looked sharp either. It's been, just going to say, kind of from start to finish, it's been kind of a blah performance. Not a lot of spark or energy from the Mets. I don't know how to explain it. It just hasn't been an exciting Mets performance. And it's been lots more opportunities and getting runners on and not getting them home. And so our commercial break for a pitching change, Danny Young. Danny Young is coming in. I guess Mendoza figures, well, if there's ever a time to try him out. Now, I do believe one of the last times he pitched, he did get the rock solid relief performance. So maybe his early jitters got him out of the way and step things up. We shall see how it goes here. All right, let's do a scoreboard update while we're waiting for this pitching change. If we don't finish it before the game restarts, then that's fine too, but I know I'm going to do a refresh, make sure we're actually current. All right, 2-0 Astros over the Cardinals, 6-3 Guardians over the Orioles, 7-4 Red Sox over the Rays, 6-3 Twins over the Mets, 9-3 Athletics over the White Sox. There we go. Athletics have started to put up some runs there. 5-0 Brewers over the Tigers. Rangers have the 1-0 lead on the Angels. Cubs and Padres are scoreless at the end of one. Rockies and Dodgers are warming up, and a few games in the books. Actually, quite a few now. 6 games over. Nationals beat the Pirates 3-0. Reds beat the Mariners and Luis Castillo 8-4. That was Luis Castillo's first return to Cincinnati. Diamondbacks over Marlins 10-4. Phillies beat the Giants, got to 10 wins on the season 6-4. Red Sox over the Rays 7-4. 4-2. Yankees beat the Royals and the Blue Jays beat the Braves 6-3. So that's your scoreboard breakdown. Does Rally Pig work in reverse? 3 balls and 1 strike on Larnach. How about I'll wait and see. Wait and see what Danny Young does here. If he gets on, we might have to do it. That's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. We got 1 run in on Rally Pig. We've been saving. We're going to need to use them probably in the 8th and the 9th here. Larnach chases. Hey, I didn't waste his magic. So Danny Young got the out. So we will take that. But we're going to bring Rally Pig out right away. Right away. I'm going to let you guys hang out. Say hi to Rally Pig, everybody. I'm going to just go grab a quick little snack because I haven't had supper yet. And I'll be right back with you for the top of the 8th inning. All right, we are back at it here. Going to the 8th inning, by the way, Jonathan. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here. So Griffin Jax is pitching now for the Twins. It is Juan Soto at the plate. He already has one home run tonight. Let's see what he can do here. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's high. 2 balls, no strike. Yes. So, Jonathan, thank you so much. Thank you to all you guys for hanging out with us. Twins got a lights out closer named Jonder Duran. All right. Well, looks like there's a good chance we're going to see him, but it's one way to fix that. Score 4 runs this inning, then we don't have to see him. 3-0. He wants nothing. Jax wants nothing to do with Soto here, which is crazy to me with how hot Pete has been and how much. Like, yes, you know Soto's going to wake up someday, but strike at the very bottom of the zone. Three balls and 1 strike on Soto here. Soto fouls that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes. At this point, we just want Soto to get on base. Fouls that one back. That's a good foul off with 2 strikes. Definitely close enough that it could be. Took a slide. That was a strike, too. So Soto strikes out looking. That's rough. All right, Pete Alonso's coming up here. Nobody on, 1 out. Pete also has a home run. That was a long time ago. It's back in the first inning. Rips that one down the first baseline, though. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to be a double. Stand-up double for Pete Alonso. So Pete stays nice and hot. That should put his batting average back over 350. Yep. Batting average is up to 356 on the season for Pete Alonso. Marte's at the plate now. No balls and 1 strike. Pistol Pete, yeah. Old school. Pistol Pete Maravich. Kicking it old school. I'm not a fan of having Marte in this spot here. That ball gets away, but Pete's not going anywhere on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marte. Grounder up the middle. Pete moves up to third, but Marte's going to be throwing out first. There's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. All right. Time for Brandon Nimmo to get a big hit here. You need the hit. We want to get this last run in. Hits it down to third. And The side is going to be retired without scoring a run. I don't like that at bat by Nimmo there. I think Nimmo needs to be more patient. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mets threatened but did not score, so now they're going to be needing a nice epic 9th inning comeback. We haven't had a great 9th inning comeback for a while, so 6-3. Twins over the Mets going to the bottom of the 8th. Jeffers, Castro, and former Met Harrison Bader are due up for the Twins. So we're going to see what, well, first of all, we'll see who's pitching. Yeah, I agree, Rels. Especially in that situation where you need a hit. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Not sure. But like I said, I don't like this lineup configuration. Why is Marte hitting cleanup? I have a much bigger issue with that. Because despite his struggles, despite all their struggles, would you have rather, after Pete Alonso gets on, would you rather have had Nimmo Vientos, or would you rather have Marte Nimmo up? And I think, bar none, you want Nimmo Vientos. Or if you really want to go the other way, then go Vientos Nimmo. I don't care. But I don't want Marte up in that situation, and I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Danny Young's going to continue. He got the last out of the 7th, and he's going to keep pitching. So I just feel like we're being a little too cute with this lineup configuration. Let's get something that pretty much works 90% of the time. Plug and play a couple of guys, right? Sometimes throw in Winker, sometimes Marte, sometimes Tyrone Taylor, sometimes Jose Siri, like that sort of stuff. Sometimes Beatty, sometimes Acuna, whatever. But have a set lineup. Yeah. I just don't why at this point in his career, why would I want Marte hitting cleanup on a playoff contending team? I'm going back to look at his stats here. If it was, say, if it was 2019, when he hit 295 with 23 home runs, then yeah, that's fine. But Marte's had, in the last 2+ seasons, he's had 12 home runs combined. He's hitting about 255, which is fine. That's not a big deal, but it's just not where I want Marte in the lineup right now. And Jeffers gets hit, and once again, the Mets pitchers give up a leadoff base runner. How many innings have the Twins gotten a leadoff runner on? It's been a lot. So Keith Hernandez is right now analyzing Nimmo's swing, saying that he's locking his front foot in too much. 2 balls, no strikes to Castro here with a runner on. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. You guys got to remember, just early in the season, too, for all these guys, they're still working out their mechanics. Grounder to third. Vientos is going to throw it across. Gets the out there. So runner moves up to second. Jeffers on second. They get the first out here. Once again, though, the Twins are moving base runners over. The way the Twins have played small ball today has been pretty impressive. I don't think that's what you meant to say, Redman, but at least in terms of the last part of that. But yeah, no, I agree. They were just, like I was saying, on SNY, Keith Hernandez was just evaluating Nimmo's front foot and pointing out a mechanical issue. So hopefully someone on the team can relay that to Nimmo. Like, let's fix that. Former Met Harrison Bader is up. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on second. Two balls, 1 strike. Danny Young is pitching. Harrison Bader hitting. And Edward Julian on deck, the leadoff hitter. Caught and dropped by Lindor. Lindor's having a rough night out at short. I mean, yeah, that wasn't on Lindor. That was a hard shot. In fact, Lindor knocking it down definitely kept anyone from moving up. So it's double plays in order now still. That was a hot shot. So, all right, let's see. Edward Julian. Are the Mets warming anybody up right now? Because one ball, 1 strike to Julian here. Danny Young's looking for a double play to get out of this inning. Runners on first and second, 1 out, bottom 8. Mets are down by 3. Don't want to go down by more. Woo. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Julian hits it to Lindor. He grabs it, throws it to first. Pete makes the stretch, and the Mets get the double play they needed. Danny Young did not look sharp, but that's okay. Nobody's looked sharp for the Mets tonight for pitching, so we'll absolutely take it. So this is it. We're going to the top of the 9th. Mets get out of that inning. They're down 3. Due up is Vientos, Torrens, and Winker. On the bench is Beatty and Sanger. That's who you have left. Jose Siri is unavailable. So we're at commercial break. This is going to be it. We're going to bring Rally Pig out right from the start because there's no holding back at this point in time. It is 100% Rally Pig time. We got nothing else to hold back on here. Mets need 3 to tie, and maybe some small ball. I don't know. I don't have a great answer for this. This is a tough situation. But situations like these give opportunities for players to step up. All right, I think I'm going to go to bed probably right away after this game is done. I'm still battling the sickness a little bit. So we'll do the scoreboard update now one last time. And just so you can see everything going on. All right. All right. I'm going to watch this. I'm watching Duran's entrance here. All right, here we go. We'll do a quick scoreboard update. Sorry, I wanted to watch that intro. All right. Astros beat the Cardinals 2-0. Athletics over the White Sox now 12-3. It's been a lot of scoring there. Mets are down 3 here in this game. Brewers over the Tigers 5-0 top 9. Rangers over the Angels 2-0 in the top of the 8th. Cubs Padres scoreless in the 3rd. Rockies Dodgers just underway, also scoreless there. The rest of these games here are final. 3-0 Nationals over Pirates. 8-4 Reds over Mariners. 10-4 Diamondbacks beat the Marlins. Phillies squeak it out over the Giants. 6-4 Guardians over the Orioles. 6-3 Red Sox take care of the Rays. 7-4 Yankees come back. They were down 2-0 early, but came back with 4 runs in the 6th for the Yankees. And then Blue Jays 6-3 over the Braves. So there you go. That's the scores. Well, Swaggy Marky V is at the plate. Mets have 6 hits so far this game. They need to probably get 3 or 4 this inning. First pitch is a called strike. Slider fouled away by Vientos. The Twins do not have a save yet this season, so the Mets could try to keep them that way. Terren's on deck, Winker in the hole. Bounce to short. Oh, it throws away. It's an error. Vientos is going to go and get on at first. Put the ball in play. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, Ty France should have stepped up, come off the bag to catch that. He barely missed it. Could have easily tagged Vientos out. Well, hey, that's why we got Rally Pig out. Oh, by the way, I got to keep Rally Pig accountable. All right, strike 1 on Terren's here. He does have a double in this game, though. Grounder to second. Vientos is going to be out at second. Torrens is going to end up in. I wonder, do you throw Beatty in here as a pinch runner for Torrens, and then you got Hayden Sanger for extras? I wonder if you do that here. First pitch is a strike to Winker. No balls and 2 strikes on Winker now here. So, yeah, this Duran kid, he looks pretty good. Winker fouls that one away. Good job by Winker to stay alive. If Winker can get on, it brings the potential tying run to the plate. There's 1 out, and you're also trying to get this lineup turned over to Lindor and Soto. Winker hits a grounder back to the pitcher. Bad throw by the pitcher, but picked up in time. So Winker's going to replace Torrens. That could have been a double play. All right, well, Acuna's going to be up with 2 outs here. Still a runner on first. Basically, your only goal here is get on base. A 2-run homer doesn't help you here. You got to get on base. Figure out. I mean, I'm not even opposed to like a bunt here if you can drag one down the third baseline or something. And that ball's going to go through the hole, so it's going to be a 2-out base hit. So Lindor gets to come to the plate. So at least the Mets get the tying run up. Winker is running on the pitch, so he's able to go first to third. Lindor could use a big hit here. Acuna runs. He goes to second. It's going to be defensive indifference, but it does take away that forced play at second. So you got runners on second and third. Swing and a miss by Lindor. No balls and 1 strike. So we're going to see what Lindor can try to put together here. Of course, Winker's goal is to try to be a little bit of an annoyance on that third baseline. One ball, 1 strike. Takes that one in the dirt. He swung at the first slider, laid off the second. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking for a magical Met moment. That's high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just as good as a walk here. Whatever you got to do. Soto's on deck. Pete Alonso's behind him. even if the Mets don't come back, you're at least doing some of the things you're supposed to be doing here. That's inside. 3-1 on Lindor. So you sit on that fastball here. You sit on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and Lindor swings and a miss. Now it's a full count. 98-mile-an-hour splitter. 3-2 count. And swing and a miss by Lindor. That was good performance by Duran. Well, Mets they just didn't have it tonight. It was just not a good game. It was just a poorly played game. I mean, there were individual highlights, of course. You know, Soto and Alonso had home runs, but the pitching was not there. The key hits and key spots for the offense were not there. The hits weren't there the first half of the game. So, I mean, nothing other than the Mets deserve to lose. So, it was good to see them rally in the ninth, but it's too big of a hole to try to dig out of there. So, it is what it is, I guess. You know, it's how this game goes. You can't win them all. You can't even win. You know, you can barely win 60% of the games, 70% of the games, and you're a great team. Just like anything else, it's what it is. So the Mets lose. Rock solid relief performance. I guess we're going to give it to Danny Young because he looked better than Max Kranick. So I think that's the second time he's won that. But yeah, it's just a rough game. It wasn't even really fun to watch. It just felt like the Mets weren't in it, like mentally, or I don't know. It just felt like they were kind of out of it from the start. But I appreciate everybody. Oh, yeah, Rally Pig goes 1 for 3 on the day as well. I'm hoping to be live for tomorrow's game, though it might not be for the whole game. So hoping, but no guarantees. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe on your way out. Last one out, please turn out the lights and close the door. But other than that, appreciate you being here. We're MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and until the next time, let's go Mets, baby!